let me know.
We also need to change the description because sex is fun and we're not willing to let anyone tell us otherwise. We need to change that to escape your reality. Yeah, we need
Okay.
we need to have a meeting.
Sweetie,
X is on
our mics are live.
Oh,
and YouTube's on. We're Gucci.
Yeah,
Roll it.
everybody knows.
Roll it.
hey everybody. Welcome back
Whoopsie.
to our channel and our show. This is BoobTube, which happens every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But of course, it isn't BoobTube without my lovely co-hosts, Casey Carter and Desiree Desirable Bottom. And if you heard us prior, my apologies,
Oh,
but
they
I
not
did not
only
know the
heard
mic was hot.
they not only heard us, they saw us. I didn't have our staging screen on. Like
Yeah.
it's a day. It's been a day.
You're fired.
Thank you. I'll be back next week.
Blooper time.
I'll be back next week.
Welcome to our green room. Welcome back, everybody. It has been a crazy week. And of course, we start the show off with the same craziness that the week has offered us. So, welcome back. If you're returning or if this is your first time watching BoobTube, welcome,
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
where anything is possible
And happens.
and happens,
And it happens.
such as me noticing that there are some things we need to update, including our pink boxes, which if you stay till the end, you'll see those. So, ladies,
Talk about clickbait. Talk about clickbait.
right?
Yeah.
Talk about clickbait.
We're talking about it earlier.
Hey, Jason. Yes.
Hi, Jason.
First
You were the first one in here. We know.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome.
So I will say
Christopher.
this. I know we talked last time, and I mentioned I was having a hard time finding. I always go through these periods like in between when new seasons come out of the shows that we like, and Kanan returns very soon, June 12th. And in the meantime, between time, I've been looking for things to like pacify my attention. Oh, hello, Jersey Sun. And it's been difficult, but I'm excited to share. I do have some cool things that I've seen recently. So,
Okay.
not that we got to jump in right away because, first things first, but I just wanted to share that I have been perusing the internet, desperate to find something to catch my attention. And I'm not going to lie, it's been a struggle.
You mean
It's
in
been a
terms of
struggle.
something to watch or just something to amuse you and pass the time?
Both actually. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I've just because I actively seek things to share on this show.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen a lot of things and I try to catch things while they're new so that we can talk about them on our episodes. And then I was even going back to old notes that I had where you guys have mentioned things. Hello, Whitney. And tried to watch those things. Unfortunately, some of them aren't available anymore because if you don't catch them, I went back pretty like 2020, no, a long time ago.
Oh, you went back years. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's different. I was gonna say.
Yeah. So but
What?
yeah.
I'm sorry, Carrie. I know this is sometimes that moment where we talk about random stuff before we get into our shows. So, can I tell you the random thing that I heard yesterday that I still to this like today am going, "What? Really?" So, I was at work and one of my coworkers says, "Did you hear about the Ray J fight?" I'm like, "Ray
What?
J fight?
Oh yeah.
Ray J fight? Like what are you talking about?" And so she proceeds to say that Ray J decided that he wanted to have a professional fight. I'm like, oh, you mean Ray J wanted to commit suicide? Is that what we're saying? Like, I don't
He
know.
just wanted TV time. We know Ray J does everything for clickbait.
That part, because I'm like, the last time that there was any conversation, any whatever about Ray J, it was that he was about to die any minute now.
Yeah, he
He
had
was gonna
like 3
die.
months to live or something,
Right,
right? Yeah, I heard
right.
that too.
So that's
I was
why
like,
when she said he had a professional fight, I'm like, oh, he's trying to commit suicide. Got it. Okay. The most absurd thing. And then she read into it further and said that the person he fought also was not a professional, and that Ray J basically got knocked on his ass in the first 30 seconds. I'm like, why did it take that long? Mike Tyson is
Mm.
knocking people out in 10 seconds. Like, why did it take 30 to knock this boy out? But anywho, I don't know. It was the most random bit of information, and I was just like, let me share that with our people because I need to know, did anyone else hear about these shenanigans?
I did. There's a lot of stuff on social media about, well, my partner sent it to me and was
Mhm.
like, look at the bump on his head and saying that he got his ass whooped.
Okay.
But the thing about it is, his name is no longer Ray J. Ray J, we are officially changing your name to clickbait. You will do anything
stay
to
relevant.
to to
Yes.
develop controversy and keep your name in people's mouth. He was on that college show, remember?
Yeah, I watched that. Yes.
Recently, yeah, I watched it too, and he was just problematic. But he was recently on Shannon Sharp and made comments that were very controversial and contradicting to other things that he's mentioned in prior interviews. So again, Ray J is clickbait, and I am of the firm belief, and this is my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
I am of the firm belief that this Kim Kardashian tape that came out a gazillion years ago, I believe Ray J participated or even was responsible for the sole
Responsible.
purpose
Responsible.
Oh
Agreed.
yeah.
of be I'm not saying that the Kardashians didn't participate with
No, no, no,
intentions for, but I
no,
think he was more complicit.
no. Let us be clear. At the time of that tape, he had the name recognition. She does not. She was still Paris Hilton's assistant
Yeah.
at that
Assistant.
time.
Yep.
She was
Yep.
nobody until that video. And her mother saw opportunity and took it. Ray J had all the relevancy. I
Right.
I firmly believe that it
I
was
agree with that
him.
part.
I believe it was
But I
him.
also feel like he did it for his own
Oh,
personal,
Benefit.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
no,
yeah,
no, no.
clickbait.
That is,
Voters.
but that's my whole point. She had nothing. There was no. It wasn't about her. It was all about him.
Yes.
All about him.
Yes.
And so in my conversation with my coworker about Ray J and this fight, we then went down that rabbit hole. And so she was like, I never saw the video. I'm like, I watched it. And so she was like, oh my God, Kim was a freak, right? Kim's a freak. I can see Kim being a freak. I'm like, nope, Kim
Mm-mm.
was not a freak. Kim was dead
She
fish.
showed up.
She was
He
dead
was
fish.
dead
That was it.
fish.
She laid there and did what he needed for her to do, and that was it. That was
Hence why she did not pursue a career
in porn.
in the adult industry.
No. And
But yeah, he's
she asked
definitely a rage baiter.
whether or not he was packing, and because she hadn't seen the video, and I was like, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
such a shame though.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, moving along. We're not going to give him any more airplay. Thanks. Clickbait.
Sorry, I just had to talk about it though.
No, it's okay. Because we gave him the official name clickbait. Going
Yes,
forward, you are
it's
now
clickbait.
clickbait.
Okay.
Um, so since we're just gonna jump into the things anyways, before we start whining and not whining, but you know what I'm saying. Like we'll end up spending 30 minutes talking about a crappy week. And I want to share a show that I saw that was really, really good to me.
Hold on a second. I need to just check something.
Oh.
No, that was sorry. I was like, we had all of these sound effects, and I keep forgetting to use the sound effects. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But just like you forgot to put the
Yep,
start screen.
that part right there. That's what kind of day it was. But so I'm sorry for interrupting. Go right on, girl. Go ahead.
Okay, so there is a show on Netflix called The Burrows,
Ah, yeah.
and it stars Gina Davis. Hold on.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mhm. It's really cute.
Okay.
It's kind of a sci-fi comedy
Hmm.
thriller type show. It's made by the same people that do that brought us Stranger Things.
Right.
Ooh.
So it has that like serious sci-fi but still funny aspect to it, which I really needed at the time that I saw it.
Okay.
But it is a show that is about a senior community in the middle of New Mexico in the desert. And there are some things happening. Bum, bum, bum. Some scientific things, sci-fi input. I'm not going to tell you because you need to watch it and I don't want to blow the whole story, but excuse me. I can say that it was very lighthearted,
Hmm.
but it captured my interest. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh, I'm turning into an alien. Ah! No, I'm just
Hey.
kidding. I'm trying to talk about it and my throat keeps itching and I'm like, "Oh my gosh. I'm a part of the Burrows now." But anyways, it was lighthearted enough, but captured my attention because of the different storylines that are intertwined into one larger picture, one larger story.
Hmm.
And this is gonna be one of those shows that I felt like was very well cast, which is so important when you have especially content that's not really in one lane or the other. It has like a combination of several things, and that's hard to do.
Right.
It's hard to do sci-fi, be serious when you need to be serious, and then be funny when you
Funny.
need to be funny.
Right. And not
True.
too funny. Not
Right. To where
just
that it takes away from the main
right.
storyline. But yeah, this was really good. I definitely recommend watching it. It was tea. Loved it.
So I saw the promo. Um and put it on my list and was like, I've got to. So we talk about this all the time. Let me be real transparent about what I'm about to say. We talk about this all the time. There are things we watch, and there are things that we
Watch us.
Yeah.
right, right.
True. True.
So so this was one of those things that I wanted to watch, and
Okay.
I said to myself, don't start watching this because you're sleepy, you're preoccupied, you're cleaning, you're cooking. Don't do it. Don't do it. And so yeah, I saw the promos and um sorry, saw the promo and was like, yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'm curious to see where that goes. So I'm gonna try to work on that over the weekend.
I think it would be a great idea. I needed something that was lighthearted because prior to watching that, I watched a lot of like true crime documentaries,
Hmm.
and those can be heavy.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
watched one that was about the Gilgo Beach. Like there's tons of documentaries. And I
Hmm.
watched another one about the Gilgo Beach murders, and it just when you are a person in that same industry and knowing that the women were being targeted, like it was just real heavy for me and I needed to
Right.
like disconnect from that and watch something that made me feel less heavy. And this did that for me. And then I just thought it was going to like I put things on before I go to sleep just so that the TV's playing so that I don't hear
Hmm.
strange noises throughout the
Hmm.
night.
Yeah.
And so I put this on with intentions of like, oh, I'm just gonna drift off to sleep. And
Right. Right.
next thing you know, I'm like episode 2, episode 3, and it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, oh shit, I just watched this whole series. I'm like, you gotta go to sleep, girl. And it was over. And then I was like, what else am I gonna watch? So yeah. Yeah. Miss
Okay.
Desiree.
Okay,
What you
I'm
been
gonna
over?
go with Shelter. It's a Jason Statham movie. Did you guys hear of it? It's on
No.
Amazon Prime.
I don't think I heard that one.
Okay, so it says it begins with he plays a character named Michael Mason, a former British government assassin and ex special force operative who has gone into hiding on a remote Scottish island to escape his violent past. The story begins with Mason living alone in an isolation near a lighthouse off coast of Scotland. His quiet life changes when a young girl named Jessie becomes stranded after a deadly storm and the death of her uncle. Mason reluctantly takes her and becomes her protector. So yeah, he meets this girl and I don't know, there's like all these people after her and he just protects her and stuff. And then at the end, he like, tells her to go, but she doesn't want to leave him because, he's there. Like, it's kind of like a father figure, kind of, but not really. Like, just, I don't know,
How
like
old is
protector.
how old is the girl?
She was pretty young, like teenage.
Hmm. Why
Yeah.
is your description giving transporter? Have you seen
I don't know, but it's
any
I
of
don't
his?
know, but it's
Okay,
not. It's
so
2026.
no, I'm just saying I'm listening to you and I'm going, God, that sounds like the transporter, like one of his
Watch
transporter
it.
movies.
Maybe it's
Interesting.
like it. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Whew.
So here's what I
Amazon
got.
Prime.
Amazon Prime. Okay. So speaking of Amazon Prime, I'll do my show from Amazon Prime.
Okay.
I don't know if you all were out here watching The Boys, but
Yes,
this season
with
was their
Homelander in that, right? That the
right.
boys. Yeah.
Yep. This was
Okay.
the last season. Um
Okay.
and
Season
they
5.
brought in some of the kids from Gen V because the idea was Homelander being if you're not familiar, Homelander's character is like the Superman equivalent, but he's like not nice like Superman at all. He's a straight up asshole. But the you've got your good guys, you've got your bad guys, whatever. I
Right.
think what was interesting about this season, and I had watched the first couple of seasons and sort of fell off. And so before watching this final season, I went back to like season 2 and then went forward so I could sort of, get it all back in my head what we're doing here. What was fascinating to me about this season, and if you know anything, if you all watch this show at all, you know me. I am the spoiler alert in the group. I don't give a fuck. You don't watch the show if you don't want to know what's gonna happen. Or mute me when I talk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you
There
what's
you
gonna
go.
happen. So so in this season, they literally start killing people off one by one. Like it doesn't matter you
Ooh.
know who you were in the beginning of the show, the fact that you came through all the seasons, they started killing people off. You're like, oh snap, did they really just kill this? Oh snap. Every episode they were killing somebody, even right down to like the last 15-10 minutes of the show. Even after the good guys won, they were still killing each other. Um it was quite interesting. I think one of the things that fascinates me about the show The Boys, and on Netflix had a show called, I think the one on Netflix was Supercell. Any of these
Yes.
shows where there's some sort of mutant DNA, mutant something, because there's another show on Netflix that also has, mutant kids, and I'm fascinated. I'm actually very, very fascinated because I am also very much a conspiracy theorist. I don't
Okay.
talk about it, but I am, and
Me too.
I believe a lot of the things that we watch in science fiction isn't as much science fiction as it is science fact, and they just, you know, they wrap it up in what appears to be fantasy, but I do firmly believe some of what we see isn't a secret. It's not a secret. So there's something that makes me feel like sometimes some of these shows about mutant DNA is not that far fetched. We know Hitler was trying to create a super race, and we also suspect that there are some diseases that were lab created that got out of control. So, having
Mm.
said that, I do look at shows like that and go, huh, I wonder, do we have super soldiers somewhere?
I
Or,
wouldn't doubt it, to be honest.
yeah, or something. I mean, because if we're cloning people,
True.
what's to say that
Yeah.
we're not crafting people as well? So I don't know. I know that's
Mm.
somewhat of a tangent from the show, but I'm just saying, after having watched it, after having watched all these other mutant programs, I'm like, we are quite fascinated. And yet, and it, I don't know that it's that far off from somewhat of a reality. So yeah. Oh, by the way, The Boys was good. Yeah, sorry. I should probably say that.
we we got off topic on the boys and ended up
Down,
but yeah, it was
down a
good.
conspiracy theorist rabbit hole. Sorry, I'm just feeling
All
that.
good. I'm a conspiracy theorist. Like I don't think that these things come from just mere imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm with you on that. I definitely feel
Just
like we are yeah, there's a lot of things. And also because a lot of our or all of our media is predominantly um fixed, so to speak,
it's
with intention. Like it's yeah. And so for me, I'm like, yeah, okay. Stop
yeah,
feeding me the BS. So
very much so. And you know what? You know what really scares me? And sorry, I'm about to go way, way down another whole different rabbit hole. What really
Let's
scares
go.
me, and because this was another conversation that I had at work today, is when you talk about news or information in general being fixed, and sometimes as I'm listening to some of these things, I'm like, does that not sound bizarre to you? Does that not sound crazy to you? Like, why are we spreading lunacy and all gobbling it up, that
Hmm.
because just because we got it off of social media or off of the internet? My mom one time sent me a text about something, and I looked at it. I said, that's weird. And I searched it, and I had to go back to her and said, okay, mom, that's not true. She's like, what are you talking about? It was on da 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 da. I'm like, ma'am, if you had just Googled, you'd have found what I found. It's not true. Oh, okay.
I also will say, and this is important, everybody, you should be listening. Turn up the volume, write this down. This is great advice. Before you give anybody your phone number, email address, click on links, anything that you do on the internet, Google it first. I don't know how many scams I have avoided. Like when they send you the text message that you owe the
Yeah.
toll people,
Ah,
or that USPS has a package for you. Like, please, please,
Mm.
please Google this crap
yep,
because 99% of the time
it's
it
bull.
is a scam. And
Yeah.
by the time you Google it, you're already in too deep. Like, for instance, there's a scam where my mother-in-law, they keep calling her and telling her that she can get a better direct TV rate. All she has to do is write a check for X amount of dollars. And then she writes the check over the phone and then comes to find out that it's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And they
and
got
they keep
her bank
doing
account.
it like, "Oh, what was that?"
Did they get into her bank account?
No, she stopped payment on it before they had a
Oh,
chance.
good.
Good.
But and I explained you need to change your account number
Right.
because they
Right.
can just generate a new check.
Right.
So, anyways, I say all that to say that please, Google is a great tool for helping debunk a lot of the things that
Yep. And it is very
we
quick with its information.
yeah.
It's very
And if you
quick.
don't trust Google, go to Chat GPT.
Hmm.
So,
But confirm, please confirm before,
yes.
especially because we are literally repeating stuff that is not true. It's just not true. So anyway, sorry. I will get up out of that rabbit hole, and I'm back.
Yes, let me throw that rope down there.
I'm back.
Come on
I'm
back,
back.
Casey. Come on back.
I'm back.
Okay, so the other thing that I have that I enjoyed watching, and I was actually kind of surprised because it's kind of a cheesy movie, but it's called Another Man's Wife. And
Oh.
it's
Ooh.
basically the same concept as I don't remember what the movie was called, but it was Robert Redford, Demi Moore, and Woody Harrelson, and he offers $1 million to sleep with Demi.
Was it
But this is
Robert Redford? No, not Robert Redford. No,
was it
was
Robert
it?
Demi
Redford?
Moore.
Wasn't
Hold
Robert?
on. I'll look
Wasn't
it up.
Robert De Niro? It was um.
I thought it was Robert Redford.
No, you said De Niro first.
Oh, did I? I
Yeah,
no, I said Robert Redford.
did you? It sounded like De Niro.
Indecent Proposal.
That's
Indecent Proposal. Okay, but this is with Tay Diggs.
Okay.
So it is uh uh a a different version of the same concept.
okay.
And it was interesting because Tay Diggs plays his character with a salt and pepper beard. And I was like, ooh,
Ooh.
you still look sexy.
Okay.
But I was watching it and I was like, I remember the first time that I saw Tay Diggs acting, and that was in How Stella Got Her Groove Back. And
Mm.
I remember being like, he is fine. Like, I need to go to Jamaica and get my groove back. Like, I remember those days. And it's just so interesting to see him like in all the different roles. Like he played best man and
Mm-hmm.
um not was it Grey's Anatomy? No, it was I don't know, one of them shows. But anyways, and now here he is with his salt and pepper beard, looking all mature and everything. And just I was like, But yeah, it was an interesting watch. Again, one of those things I was like, background music, background movie. And I was like, wait a minute. And there it starts off kind of cheesy and the acting is kind of cheesy. It's kind of giving me like some of the Tyler Perry movies, you know what I
Oh,
mean? Where it's like
that's nice.
overacting and I'm just like, oh, this probably is a really good movie, but the acting is just too much. But it wasn't too much. It was a little over the top, but not too much to stop watching Tay Diggs with his salt and pepper beard. And so I
Mm.
kept watching and then it got better. It got pretty good. Like at least the storyline. I don't know about the acting, but the storyline. And then it ended and I was like, "Ooh, what? T you got to watch it. Another Man's Wife." I was like, "Yes."
Okay.
And I think it was on, don't get me to lying. I want to say Peacock. One of them TV stations, like one of them things.
Okay.
You can find
We
it.
won't
Another
throw,
Man's Wife. Go
we
ahead.
won't
Who's
throw you under
Googling?
the bus.
It's on what?
I said we won't throw you under the bus.
It's okay. It's okay. You could throw me under the bus. I've probably been hit by it already 3 times this week. It's good.
Okay.
What you got, Miss
I'll,
Desiree?
I'll go with. So I seen a documentary and it was called The TikTok Killer. Did you see
Ooh,
it?
yeah.
Did you hear about
No.
it? It was
No.
on
Yep.
Netflix, I think.
Okay.
There was this guy, and he was doing like the Scarface impersonator, impersons, whatever.
Impersonator. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, he was really good at that. So this guy, like when they were talking about the documentary and stuff, he was like nobody. He started off like, I mean, everybody starts at zero, right? When you're trying to do like social media and everything,
Mm-hmm.
right? But all of a sudden he was doing like all these skits, impersonations, and all this stuff, and his TikTok like blew up, okay? So he was on vacation somewhere. I don't know. I think it was like in the Philippines or something. And he ended up meeting this other girl. And then they ended up like, hooking up
He was
or
in the
whatever.
military.
Was that it?
Yeah, he was in the military.
Okay, there you go. There, or she did it. Anyways, maybe her family did it too. Like I think her family did military too, wasn't it? I don't know. Anyways, I think
No,
so.
I think he was stationed where she lived. They met and then started dating, and so then he brought her to the States.
Yeah, there you go. That's it. Yeah. See, you know more about it than I do.
I remember it very well.
Okay. So, anyways, you're picking up what I'm dropping. Anyways, so
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
yes,
That's what she said.
yes. So yeah, so they ended up like hooking up. He did. He ended up bringing her to the States. Like it took a while and this and that, and I don't know. It's like I liked it because it showed like the real raw truth. Like it was very, for me watching that, it was like genuine, but it was kind of scary at the same time because, you know, sometimes with people, you never know what you're going to get. It's like a mixed bag, right? And, you know, especially when you're with somebody and like, I don't know. I think the guy had some like red flags, but it's like they were just so in love. They had a child together, and it's like, especially when you get kids involved, it's kind of difficult, right? Like, I don't know. It's kind of like, it reminds me of like back in the day, like my grandma and grandpa, you know, like even though things happen, like some people abuse their loved ones, they still stayed though.
Mm-hmm.
But it's now we live in a generation where that's unacceptable. You know what I mean? Now the women would be like, I'm out of here. Like, I don't need you. You know what I mean? I could do my own thing. You know, it's not like how it was back in the day, right? So,
Yeah.
I don't know, but just seeing that and then having her, it was her side, like her family and her, like people in her family that actually like wanted the justice, showed up, you know, like talked about it. It was so, it was like deep, real, and raw. That's what I got from that. It was very emotional and very, they got it because he got put to jail and it was like, I don't know. Like he killed her. He killed her. Yeah, it was like he killed her and the best friend. And the
So,
best friend, I think it was like her. Go ahead.
yeah. No, I was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say, so he was in the military and he blew up on TikTok, and the personalities and like the infamy or the notoriety that came from him being a big TikToker basically took over, and his whole personality became engrossed in this TikTok thing. And whether that was the cause or just the vessel that allowed that narcissistic part of him to come out, he was very controlling over her,
Mhm.
very abusive, and they were married and had a small child. The child was like 2 or 3,
Yeah.
and she had left him, got her own apartment, and was seeing a guy, which is the friend, who was a mutual. He was
Right.
a friend to the husband as well.
Yeah.
But he lost his mind and finds out that he's there at her apartment visiting her, and so he comes to the apartment. It's caught, not the actual act, but the sound and like him coming to the door and like busting into the apartment is caught on someone's Ring camera.
Mm.
And he's also like, there's documentation, so you get to see a lot of raw footage of how this, what led up to this,
Unfolded.
and the actual like event. You don't
Yeah.
see the pew pew part because it was inside the apartment. I know you're laughing, but we can't say certain things, so we're trying to be,
Yeah.
YouTube
Pew
friendly.
pew. Mm-hmm.
Pew pew. But you can hear the shots as they're fired,
Yeah.
and then you see him take off, and then he
He
it this
calls
all
his mom.
happened in,
Yeah.
yeah, calls his mom, not 911, calls his mom, admits to it, which is caught on the Ring camera,
Oh.
and then jumps into a car and proceeds to take the police on a high-speed chase. And yeah, that's all she wrote. So sorry to take over, Desiree.
No,
That's
it's
my jam
okay.
right there.
It's okay.
Okay. And that was on
It was
Netflix?
good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. TikTok
You have to
killer.
peep that out. You have to peep that out. Okay, so one of those moments where I was like, "Hey, I gotta watch something for the show." Um, on Apple TV is something called Outcome with Keanu Reeves. Now, it's
Hmm.
like Keanu Reeves Cameron Diaz and some other dude are the three main characters. Keanu Reeves, um, excuse me, his character is this beloved actor um, who got his claim to fame as a child performer on Johnny Carson. Like they show this little cute little boy singing on Johnny Carson, tap dancing and all of that, and that's supposed to be like the beginning of his career. And um when you see the show, when in the intro finally finishes and the show, the movie starts, it's the adult version of the kid, Keanu Reeves, and he and his friends are talking about what they're about to do in terms of this interview he's about to give. And you find out that he's been sort of gone from public view for like 5-6 years because he had drug addiction, and so he wanted to make sure that they didn't necessarily talk about that they talked about things being good, so forth and so on. And when he goes to do this interview, and I forget the name of the guy that he's with, because it's a guy, I don't know if the guy's still on CNN, but it's this reporter who was on CNN. And so he says to him, "Hey, when you do my introduction, can you introduce me as two-time Oscar winner or nominee or whatever it is?" And the guy's like, "Oh yeah, sure, 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 no problem, no problem, no problem." So, in this moment you're thinking, "What an asshole." What do you mean? Yeah, you got to tell somebody to introduce you that way? And
Right.
so when it's time to do the interview, the reporter introduces him and doesn't introduce him by saying two-time Oscar winner or whatever, whatever. And then he goes, "Oh man, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. All right, roll it back, roll it. Let's start all over again." So then Keanu Reeves' character goes, "No, no, no, we don't have to do that. That's fine. That's fine. If I'm one of those actors that has to be introduced by saying two-time Oscar," and I'm like, "Bitch, you just asked for it 2 seconds ago. What are we doing?" So like you're in this weird
Wow.
space of like, this dude's an asshole, right? Like that's how the movie gets you first going on the Keanu Reeves character. So then he gets a
Okay.
call from his agent, who is the unrecognizable Jonah Hill. I did not recognize that it was Jonah Hill. Did not. Dude is like half of himself. Um, and Jonah Hill's character says to him and does some weird shit. I'm not even gonna tell you the weird stuff that the character does because I'm like, that's out of freaking control. But he's basically comes to Keanu Reeves and is like, "Hey, there's a videotape out there of you, doing something. Did you murder someone?" And he's like, "No, I didn't murder anybody. You can tell me if you did. You can tell me if you did." So he goes on and on and on about, "Did you murder somebody? Well, we got to figure this out. You need to go and apologize to everybody." And he's like, "Well, nobody hates me. Nobody doesn't like me." And he's like, "Oh no, there's a whole long list of people." And then they start talking about the people who supposedly doesn't like him. He's Googling himself, and everything that pops up on Google, no matter how he tries to lead it to pull negative, content, everything comes back super positive. So he's like, I don't know, whatever. Okay, fine. So he starts going on this apology tour, and he's apologizing to all these various people for all these various things. Susan Lucci is also in it playing his mom. And basically what was interesting to me about this is he again, from social media, from the internet, is this beloved film character, or film star. And through rumor of him having done something bad, he's busy trying to correct. Nobody's seen the video. Nobody knows who actually has the video, and nobody knows what could possibly be in the video. But he is out here randomly apologizing to people who may have this negative video. And
Okay.
it was very interesting because some of the people he apologized to was like, "Nope, you're fine. You don't owe me an apology." His mother, on the other hand, was like, "Bitch, yeah, yeah, you owe me everything." Um, and then he has a moment where he goes off on his besties, and the besties are like, No, bitch, you're not gonna talk to me like that. We put up with all your shenanigans. Then you find out that the video, because I spoil it, the video was of him talking to this girl, and she was being highly sexual. He, on the other hand, was just sort of very regular, very, you know,
Vanilla.
yeah. He was not, there was nothing in this conversation that for him was sexual. He was just
Okay.
regular, whatever. And there's a moment, and this is the moment that I guess was the most salacious part of the video. Hey, Sarah J. She says to him, "You want to see my tits?" He's like, "Okay." And so she pulls her top up, shows the tits, and he's like, "Okay." That's the whole video. Like, that's the salacious, that's the scandal. And he ends up having to pay the boyfriend who found the video, ends up having to pay the boyfriend like thousands and thousands of dollars. And it's funny because the movie gives you, like, at this point, this is the end of the movie, and it gives you a very um it gives you the vibe of, it was like this, remember, Carrie, you're old enough to me remember the after school specials where there was like
Yes.
a moral to the story.
Yes.
That's what
That was the
vibe,
moral.
right, that was a
Right.
vibe at the end of
Okay.
the show. That's the vibe I got, that there's a moral to the story. He's busy chasing his reputation, apologizing to people, don't even know what he's apologizing for, doesn't know what could possibly be the on this video. When he finally finds out what's on the video, it's not that salacious. He's got to pay money anyway to continue to protect his reputation. And going back to what we had said about what people see on social media and what they repeat and all of that, I'm like, it's very scary that you would have to worry about something you did that was either innocent or a long time ago, and someone is willing to ruin you and your career or your life or whatever that is, that's you hold precious, off of something silly. Now, allow me a second to segue, because again, I had a whole lot of conversation today with my coworker. We talked about Brandy releasing a book and making the statement that Wanye from Boys to Men, she felt, took advantage of her. And I'm like, wait, how long ago were you involved with this man that you are now all of a sudden, that you're putting out a book, want to say something so ugly? And this is how I felt. I'm not going to say whether or not it's true. All I care about is, why would you do that to him publicly? If you really felt that you were taken advantage of, why would that not be a private conversation? Why would that not be something you dealt with him privately? Because you carried it all these years privately. So
True.
why are we now talking about it publicly, except for the fact that you're putting out a book? Now, I'm
But
sorry, I keep going down rabbit holes, but gosh darn it, I feel
True.
like Bugs
You're
Bunny right
hopping,
now.
you're hopping like a bunny.
I was gonna say, I feel like Bugs Bunny right now.
You're
But
just hopping like a little bunny.
that's I'm having one of those moments where all of these random things are hitting me, and I'm like, it's driving me crazy. This is insane. But yeah, the Keanu Reeves outcome on Apple TV. If you want to watch a program that has a moral to it, this is a moral in the story. There you go. Have at it. So
do it.
yeah.
Okay, so we have a couple more minutes, or 15 rather. I do have another thing that I haven't completely. I have like 10 minutes left on the movie, but it's called Send Help.
Say it again.
Okay.
It's called Send Help, and it's
Oh,
Rachel McAdams. And I don't know who the guy is that plays the other main character, but Rachel McAdams is like a nerdy, high functioning strategy analyst person for a major corporation. And apparently, the father that ran the company passes away, and a son takes over and gives her job, like the guy that ends up taking her VP job that she was promised before the CEO passed away, has her do these like reports for this team meeting and then takes the reports, takes credit for the reports, and then doesn't let her come into the meeting.
Oh,
Mm.
bitch
And
ass.
so he's friends with the son that takes over the company, and so he gets labeled VP. And so
Mm.
she's, pissed off, but she's kind of like a docile, keep not really the type of person that just, goes out for things or whatever. But anyway, so they're like, yeah, we're gonna transfer her to Bangkok or whatever. So she ends up on a plane with the guy that becomes VP, the son, and some other people from the staff. And so she's on the plane and she's working on this like project or something that's gonna save whatever it is that they're doing with this company in Bangkok. While they're on the plane, they are watching. She's a big Survivor fan, and she had submitted a video to become a part of Survivor.
Mm.
And they have
Oh,
Ooh.
located this video. So they are on the plane with her in eye shot and earshot of what's happening. And they're playing the video, cracking up.
so wait, when you say
Meanwhile,
they, are you saying the coworkers found her video? Is that what you're saying?
yes.
Uh-oh.
So she's literally like she deletes the document that could save them,
Oh.
and then the plane crashes.
Oh.
No.
What did you say it's called? Wait, hold on. What'd you say it's called?
Send help.
Send help. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
What?
So the plane crashes. Meanwhile, they're trying to get her out of the chair so that they can save themselves because she's got the seat belt. She fastened her seat belt, and the plane is
Wait.
going down.
Wait. Stop. I'm sorry, Carrie. I just want to make sure because you. So are you saying she's strapped in nice and tight, and they want to get her out of her seat so they can
They're
strap their
literally holding
asses in?
on for dear life. The plane is going down. There's a piece of the plane that's open. So they're holding on. Oh, so they're trying to get into her seat so that they can fasten themselves to the seat belt so that they don't get sucked out of the plane.
Bitches.
Wow.
Okay. Okay.
So
Mm, mm, mm.
the plane crashes into the water.
Sound effects and all. Okay. Thank you.
Yep, sound effects and all. She ends up on an island. Everybody else is gone except the son that took over the company. But he is barely holding on to life. She saves him because she is a survivor. So she
Right?
puts together like a little area. She goes and hunts for food. She creates, you know, utensils and all the things, right? But he's a jerk and he treated
Mm.
her like crap. And then you find out, bump, bump, bump. You got to watch the rest of the movie, but it's good. It's
Ah!
good because they throw in these like scenes where it's like you think they're gonna fall in love.
Right.
It's just it's definitely one of those like roller coasters of like you think you know what's gonna happen and then you're like,
Mhm.
whoa, didn't see that coming.
Okay.
Whoa, didn't see that coming. And
And
so it's considered a comedy thriller.
comedy.
So again,
Okay.
I still got 10 minutes left, but it's good.
So
It's good.
what is that on?
I think it's on Hulu, maybe.
All right. Well, I'll start there.
Yeah, hold on.
I'll start there.
Send help. Let's just look it up because I want to make sure I'm giving out correct information. Yes, it is on Hulu,
Okay.
and
All
it
right.
stars the guy that plays the son is Dylan O'Brien, which we'll see what else he's played on. He played on Teen Wolf, The Maze Runner, Twinless, more Maze Runner, lots of Maze Runner, Anniversary. Yeah, a lot of these are movies I've never even heard. American Assassin.
So he's. It sounds like he's a B actor, D actor.
Okay.
In.
I was gonna say maybe not even a B, maybe
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say maybe C. Yeah.
yeah, he's working his way up. Rachel McAdams, like she's a big. She played
Yeah.
in Notebook is the one that is like my favorite movie of hers, but she also played in Mean Girls and
Yeah,
Yeah. No, she's a list.
that was a good one.
Yeah, she's
yeah, she an A-lister. Wedding Crashers.
mm-hmm.
Oh, there's some stuff that I didn't even know that didn't even think about her being in. But anyways, yeah. So it's a cute movie.
Okay.
It's definitely again another one of those like when you're looking for something that doesn't need or, require heavy emotion, like you're not
Mm-hmm.
invested, but it keeps your attention. This is it.
Okay.
Okay.
All
I'll
right.
go with Kraken. Did you see it? Did you hear about it? It's a scary. The Krakens. Okay, it's on Prime or Apple TV. So it's about this lady. She's a marine biologist. Her name is Joanne. She returns to her small coastal hometown in Norway after a series of mysterious disappearances and violent accidents near struggling fish farms. Wherever and blah 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 happens. So
Wherever.
as Joanne
Blah blah
investigates
blah.
blah 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 blue 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 blue. Okay, so as Joanne investigates strange sonar readings, so she didn't want to go back. She was like a marine biologist. Her boss ends up like that. This is how like the movie starts. Okay, she's like doing all this stuff, and then her boss calls her, and he's like, "Hello." She's like, I don't want to go back there. He's like, I'll pay you millions of dollars to go back. But she's like, I don't want to go back because she's like scared, I guess, right?
Oh.
So she ends up going back to do all this stuff. And then there's like this big swirly thing that like pulls like everybody down. It's like the Kraken, right? It's scary. And scary. And then, so they find all this evidence, like they said, sonar, destroyed boats, mutilated sea life, legends about mythical kraken being resurfaced. The deeper the team explores, the more evidence they uncover that an ancient sea creature has awakened beneath the waters. Ooh. So yeah, so there's a whole bunch of stuff. At the same time, the movie explores themes of corporate greed and environmental damage. The fish farming company is accused of drilling and dumping waste into fragile underwater ecosystems, which may have disturbed the creature's habitats. Joanne teams up with local divers, fishermen, and emergency responders to stop the kraken before it reaches nearby coastal communities. And the climax features a large-scale battle during a violent storm with survivors fighting both the monster and the collapsing environment around them. And I'll leave it there.
Okay.
So it's on Apple TV and Prime
Kraken.
Video. The Krakens.
Okay.
It's kind of like a horror, but it's good. Like it wasn't too scary. I wouldn't say like it's not like gory scary, but it's like
Okay.
sci-fi kind of.
Okay. I had one more. I don't want to talk
Okay.
about it. I don't want to talk about it. It was entertaining, but
Not enough to stay on a little bit longer.
I mean, I can go down a rabbit hole, but
Oh
Is
no, no.
yeah.
No
So
more
I mean, let me
holes.
just. So here's what it was called. It's called Bride of the Year. It's on Netflix. It's real cute. It's about this woman who's getting ready to get married. I forget where they live. This is one of those European Netflix movies, but
mhm.
there's a contest called Bride of the Year, and each
Okay.
month, women submit their photos and their story to some agency, and each month someone is picked as bride of the month, and then those 12 women at the end of that year vie for being bride of the year. And the woman, um I forget her name. It was some little cutesy name. She was getting married to this dude, and his mother at one point was like bride of the month, but she lost out on bride of the year that year. And so
Okay.
she has been waiting for the opportunity for her son to get married so that her daughter-in-law could enter in the bride of the year contest. Well, they're getting ready to take pictures, and the mother-in-law says to the photographer, hey, we need to get this photo. Where's everybody at? And she goes to look for the bridesmaid, uh, and the bridesmaid and the husband, or the husband to be, were in the bed together, naked,
Damn.
at the wedding.
What?
Ooh.
At
At
the
the
wedding.
wedding?
Yes, at
Damn.
the wedding. So clearly the wedding's off. And while the current bride was still there, the almost husband decides, and the mother, really the mother and the husband just goes along with it, decides that they're going to marry him to the bridesmaid who was also his personal assistant at work. And they figured this is a better fit. She's younger, she's prettier. Now, here's the thing. The woman that he was going to marry, the main character, she's pretty. She's she is definitely pretty. But the other girl is just younger. So that's
Okay.
how the movie starts. The premise of the whole thing is now she wants to get revenge on the mother-in-law and the fiance, and so she creates a fake relationship with a pickpocket type con artist, and is like, I'll pay you if you be my fake husband so I can, win this contest. And as with all movies of this type, it goes from them loathing each other to him crushing on her, her eventually crushing on him, them getting busted for not really being married, not really being in a relationship. Then all of a sudden, they end up being in a relationship, getting married. The other couple fall apart, whatever, whatever. I mean, it was cute. It was definitely very cute, but this is why I'm like, I don't feel like talking about it. But now that I've already told you the story, I guess I did talk about it.
I like it though.
But it was really cute. I'm
Mhm.
finding myself watching a lot of the European uh,
Mhm.
Netflix programs, whether there's a series or whether they are a movie. So there was something else I watched called Roosters, which is, I don't know in what country this one takes place, but there's another program on Netflix called Alpha Male. Alpha Male and Roosters are like the same story. So
Okay.
and one takes place in one European country, and the other one takes place. I think the first one, Alpha Males, I think is in Spain. The other one, I think, is like in Norway or someplace somewhere like that. Same premise. And I don't know why, but I am becoming addicted to these programs. So, anywho, there you go. Time to move on.
Yep. Time to wrap it up, ladies.
It's so
All right,
hard to
here's
say
our promo shot.
no to what we had. Eh, eh,
Anytime you're
eh.
ready, Carrie.
Oh, my bad, my bad. I got a little lost since I started off the show with some shenanigans. We got to end the show with some shenanigans because I'm just on one today. But make sure you keep it logged on EXXXOTICA.tv every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Follow us on social media. And of course, you can come and see myself, Carrie Anthony, as well as my co hosts.
Casey Carter. I was ready for you.
And
You
Desiree,
sure was.
desirable bottom.
And we will love to discuss what you're watching on streaming services, on TV, what's in the movies, and all things entertainment and boob tube related.
Tell us.
But you can also come meet us at the Exotica Expo. We just finished Chicago, Illinois
Yeah.
last month, and
Uh-huh.
coming up in just 4 short weeks, Minneapolis, Minnesota during Pride, which
And
is
my
June
birthday month.
26th through the 28th, and Casey's
Casey's
birthday
Casey's
birthday.
birthday
month.
month. Yes, queen.
Yes, it's your
Mm-hmm.
birthday. It's your birthday. And then, of course, the big show, Edison, New Jersey, October 23rd to the 25th. And last but certainly not least, Miami, Florida, December 4th through the 6th. You're interested in being an exhibitor, getting a booth, selling your product or services, go to exoticaexpo.com and request a sales kit. And also, ladies, go to exoticaexpo.com to reserve your Ladies Free Friday tickets, where ladies get in free on Fridays and get to explore and enjoy the wonderful Exotica Expo at no
Do it.
charge.
Mm-hmm. It be packed
Yeah,
out
it's
on
a good
Friday
time.
too. It be packed.
Hmm. And also, Exotica has a booth. They are the presenting sponsor of the adult section of Minneapolis Pride. So if you are in the Minneapolis area and want to go say hello to Exotica's booth at the Pride celebration, that would be wonderful. And then come back to Exotica to come see us. But with that being said, it's the pink box time. You know those pink boxes I was talking about in the beginning of the show? Well, they are now here.
And you
They have
can see
landed.
them.
You can see them. Not only can you see them, but you can follow us on social media, which we would very much appreciate. We do respond to our social media stuff when we see it. Most
Thank
of the
you for
time.
saying that when we see it. I thank you for that part. That was
Yeah.
important.
Mhm.
Sometimes
We don't
social
take
media goes fast and we get a lot of tweets and things, and sometimes
it.
things get lost. So if
So
we
we are not
don't
intentionally
respond,
ignoring you. We promise we're not.
Right.
we are not. The best way that you can get our attention, if you have reached out to us on social media and we didn't respond, is to show up for the show and talk to us in chat, because
That
we
Yep.
are guaranteed to see that.
definitely, definitely.
Guaranteed.
And I'll even go further to say, I dare you to come on the show, jump in the chat, and call us out for not responding to you on social media. I dare you. I
Mm.
double dog dare you.
Ooh, I was gonna say double rabbit dare you, because bum bum bum. You're a rabbit tonight because you've been going down them holes.
Yeah.
But yeah, make sure you're following us on social media. Also, subscribe to the channel. This lets Exotica know. Follow Exotica, retweet on Twitter, but also on YouTube. If you can subscribe, like the
Repost.
like the post, share it, comment, do all the things. From time to time, we do go check out the comments and we
Mhm.
put them in the chat and they go live on the feed. So, share with us what you're watching. If you have a request, a comment, concern, or just want to say hey and you want us to shout you out, hit those comments, subscribe, like, share, follow, do all the things. But unfortunately, that concludes this evening's BoobTube festivities. And
Yeah.
with that being said, you ain't got to go home, but we ain't staying here. But
Nope.
we'll see you next week, same time, same bat channel. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? Back to you, Casey.
Peace out, y'all.
Love y'all.